Welcome one and all to our final tournament of the weekend for MC5. My name is Peter Canapit Harnell, here to bring you today's action. Guys, we're going to be starting things off with a community game right out of the gate. Use the passkey ESL123 to come and join us as quick as you can, because we'll be getting into our official ESL action before too much longer. We've got enough to get started with. We're headed out to the museum. Let's get it on. Hero Gaming Simon is your moderator in the YouTube chat. If you guys have any questions, and I happen to be caught up with casting these games, then he's your go-to guy. Thank you guys for joining us today, for spending your afternoon, morning, or night with us. We hope you have a grand old time of things. Hunter is our ESL admin for today. Be running things behind the scenes. We'll be waiting on word from them as to when the next game is gonna begin. But for now, we will compete merely for your amusement. Free for all action on the museum. ESL 123 on iOS. Everything on this stream will be iOS based, so PC, Android players, you'll have to wait for another time. We did have PC a little bit earlier on today, as well as we'll be having Android next week. Whoops. Pang Min, how would you like to play with us? You need the passkey ESL123. It's in the bottom right of your screen. Take that, Taco. In Hero Gaming Simon's land, it's 11:01 here in England. It is 16:02, just past 4 o'clock. See if MC5 do come and join us. We're having ourselves a grand old time today. Done it. Oh, that was nice of them to hang around. Kevin Sean Alcaraz You missed this game. Well, it's been here waiting for you all this time. Do come and join us. The passkey is ESL 123. The players are here and ready and waiting. I believe we're going to have 5 or 6 teams playing here today. If you'd like to be part of one of those teams in the future, then please do sign up. The sign-ups are open for next week's tournament. Crazy King B. Gameloft, well, I'll probably have to say this a bunch of times, but Gameloft are trying to work on getting hackers out of the game. The recent jailbreak, the ban of jailbroken devices, definitely not perfect as of yet. There is at least a step forward. I do know that Gameloft, from what they told me, are trying their darndest. What? Marinade spawning back in. What a monster. Alright, we were doing pretty alright to start with, but now, I guess, things not going so very well. Let's get out of here. Alright, there we go. Let's try and catch this player as they come around the corner. Gosh darn it. Oh no, oh no. It was all going so well, and now it's all gone so very wrong. Taco. So Taco's the one to be watching in this game. 25 kills has already put this game into a very tough spot. But I remember, guys, I remember the time when I killed Taco with a grenade. Mauro Baldocci? Let's see. Mauro, what were you asking for? Crazy King B, there's certainly been a lot of rumors about the zombie mode coming in at the next update. I don't think we've got any details as of yet as to what it could include, but that certainly seems to be the case. So, look forward to that, guys. I believe our content creators have got more details on what's going in. MC5, no, Taco really just is that good. We did have quite a few new players playing this game, but let's get on to our next one. Yes, Crazy King. I'm trying to remember what's been put out about this zombie mode at the moment. I think at the moment all that's really known is that it exists, and that ideally it's going to be coming very soon. If I was a betting man, I'd say that something spooky and the time of Halloween seems like a good match together. What do you guys think? Crazy King B, I very much imagine it's likely that a zombie mode is going to be similar to one seen in other titles before. So I hope that you look forward to it. Mauro Baldocci, do you speak Spanish? Not really, but I did write down some Spanish phrases. Hola a todos. ¿Cómo están? Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? Ooh. La partida comenzará as soon as we get our players in. Yes, Crazy King waves around buying perks and things. I think that's very likely. The mechanics for that are already in the game. In the rush mode for MC5, they have those same kind of buying mechanics. So I think you're very likely to get something along those lines. Again, I don't know the details, but that would make a lot of sense. A lot of modes and a lot of games are building on what's come before. Crazy King, you're going to come back into MC5 when that happens. Well, I'll look forward to seeing you there. And maybe, once you're back into MC5, you can join in these ESL competitions as well. There's already been some discussion of trying to bring in some alternate ESL competitions. Do let us know, guys, are there any particular kinds of competitions you'd like to see? Alright, let's get things on the way. You can still join with the passkey ESL 123. Let's see some incredible play. Hoorah! Steve, MC5, you're going to do some MC5 streaming on your channel. Steve, I haven't checked out your stuff before, but I'll have to look out for it. We're going to switch across to Tracker, the newest class in competition. Not legal for ESL at the moment, but still a whole lot of fun when you've got a doggo friend to call your own. Where are ya? Where are ya? Ooh, where are you? I don't know. He just disappeared. Alright, we'll have to try that again. A little way down the line. We're using the tier 6 weapon. Ah, come on! Come on! Hero Gaming Simon, you think the Sapper event is starting tomorrow? Ah, that would be cool if that was the case. Ah, that was a terrible time to run out of ammo. Yeah, Hero Gaming Simon, I'll definitely have a look out for that. So, if any of you guys have been off the radar for a little bit, the Sapper has been receiving some changes. Whoop. Yeah, that's my team shooting at me. Switch into shotgun and take a gamble over here. Nope, over there. Neither of those places. Oh man, well, it looks like our glory days might be over. Let's try a little bit more with the tracker, but yeah, wow, we're not doing so well. Alright. Ah, there we go. Our friend around the corner is going to keep us up and in commission for the time being. I think we need to switch off tracker because we really suck at this. What happens if we drop a dog in midair? Oh. So what we were trying to do there, which is something we try to pick up from some of our players, is to just show a little bit of yourself around the corner without getting caught up and just moided. Asifa Mujahid, you've been waiting for the tournament all week long. Well, I'm... It took three! It took three to take me down. Oh yeah. There you go, I feel that's made up for a lot of... Whoops, time to leave. Ah, Hero Gaming Simon. You think there's going to be an event like the Tracker event? So if you guys weren't aware, the Tracker event was a little while ago when the Tracker first came out. Which allowed you to unlock the tracker for free if you just played a whole bunch. If that's true, and I hope it is, then that should be a whole lot of fun. Alright, woof woof. You're on the ball. Well, Origin X, if you did drop out of the game, if the Sapper event is going to happen tomorrow in the same kind of way, then... that will be a way to get the class for free, and also to get a bunch of unlocks as well. So if you're concerned about needing to grind too much for the game or to pay for unlocks, then that's a good chance to give it a try over again. There have been a whole bunch of improvements over time. Oh man, there were 3 of them in there. So give it a try, see what you reckon. Oh man, I thought I'd been getting better. Let's switch across. I think we're not very much luck with the tracker so far. Let's go back to our shred. See, the shred with its absolutely ludicrous ammo capability. That's the kind of weapon that I can get behind one, which I can just fire. And track in on people. Alright. Oh boy. Man, we were switching around and switching around, I think. Yeah, Origin X. As I say, like, So what I was saying there was if the unlock events like the tracker, you'll be able to get the class for free. Shack Pack, I'm better than you at that game. I think a lot of people are better than me at this game. That's why I talk about it rather than play in ESL. You see, guys, if I was as good as our ESL players, I would be racking up that competition money. You get 100. Well, that was weird. You get $100 or 100 euros on iOS for winning a competition, so it's not a bad way to spend an afternoon. If you and a bunch of friends think you've got what it takes to take away that money for yourselves, then you can. And not only that, if you do well in weekly competition, you can qualify through to the monthly finals where there's $500 or 500 euros on the line. Guys, we got absolutely smashed, but we did come in third because there were only 3 people on our team. Yes! Yes! Alright. Yes, Origin X. Unfortunately, it's a free-to-play game. You know, that just adds new karma with the territory. Let's check back in with our admin, Hunter, running things behind the scenes today. Alright, guys, let's go for a free-for-all advantage. I really enjoy that. ESL 1, 2, 3. Let's get it on. Oh, wait. Hold the phone on that one. It looks like we've actually got our first ESL competitive game of the day. So with that in mind, we are going to head across to our first ESL lobby to see Saed versus JZD Gaming. We will also be showing the other semi-finals, so we'll be bringing you as much of the competition today as we possibly can. Saed vs JZD Gaming will be our opening game of the day. JZD, there we go. The players are getting ready to head out onto the streets once more, guys. For competing in today's competition, it is with 100 euros and those Go 4 points. We are in the Challenger Series Red Cup number 1 of October. The teams will compete in these weekly competitions across October, and then, and only then, will they get to play in the October monthly finals down the line where the prizes are so much bigger. Origin X, my name is Peter Counterfeit Hartnell. Origin, I think yes. I think I am hit fighting. Oh, ads, you were saying aim down sights. Yes, I should. Origin, you're totally right. I should have been aiming down sights. I was thinking of adverts. Yeah. Aim down sights is the way to go. Rodrigo Ramirez Ortega over on Facebook. Good to see ya, good to see ya. Guys, you've seen what the community can do in their game. Now, it's time to see what our ESL teams can do. If any of this competitive lark interests you, you think you want to play with your friends, then do head across to the ESL Modern Combat 5 Discord. You can join the recruitment channel. Yes, Origin X, this whole stream is on iOS, but the game is available on Android and on PC as well. They have their own separate tournaments, though Android will eventually be getting merged with iOS because, you know, they're both playing on mobile, but on PC it's such a different control scheme that I wouldn't expect to see those guys ever merged in. Just because, yeah, that's been the ever-present problem of how to get PC and mobile players playing together. I don't think it's going to happen for Modern Combat 5. I think a game would need to be built from the ground up. There was a Shadowrun game, I think, years and years and years ago that did try it. It didn't work terribly well. Vahid Smaki. Hello, hello. And Ben Badru over on Facebook as well. Hope you guys are doing well. SAD and JZD will be our opening teams today. And let's take a little look into the history. JZD Gaming from China. They've been playing under this particular team for around 3 months or so now, and they have had a tough time against their opponents here today, SAD. Every time these two teams have matched up, SAD have won in convincing fashion. Now in this tournament, SAD representing the UK and headed up by Darren and Team Captain Hero. They are one of the teams competing for the crown, one of the teams that potentially make it through in the upper semi-final, and the bracket is in there. is in the chat right now. In the upper semi-final, which actually I'll bring up the stream. Why not, indeed? There we go. There's our teams for today. Just the four, but they are four top quality teams. So Victory of Lords up in the #1 senior position. Definitely tournaments for today. Going up against their country folk in VXL Glory. JZD Gaming and SAD. This is the match that we're going to be seeing coming up in a second. Let's take a little look across at the maps and as such that we're going to be seeing. So we've got ourselves streets, rooftops, and construction site for SAD and JZD Gaming. You'll see SAD already over on the left-hand side for our opening match. For JZD, we'll be looking out for Steve, Ruler, Rock, Lynx, Leo, Towen, YJ, Karen, and YZJ. All the players are ready to get started in. I think we are, yes, starting to see our JZD players coming up. Let's see. Asifa, Mujahid, do you know Razor? I'm not sure. Who is Razor? It's one of those things that, unfortunately, sometimes I get to know people and then I have to be reminded who they are. Oh, wait, Asifa, I think you're talking to someone else apart from me. Well, in that case, carry on! Lucas Gamer, welcome to the stream. Bernard Badru, I hope you look forward and enjoy. Origin X. Yep, it's definitely something which I think is on everyone's mind at the moment. There's definitely competition in the mobile shooter space, and MC5, I think while being the first to the pack, it's going to have to really, step up and show these other first-person shooters that it can develop as a game in order to be able to compete with the best. I think it's a great thing, this competition. It drives everybody's game to be better. I think that can only be a good thing. So guys, let us know if there's stuff you'd like to see added into MC5. We're getting that zombie mode, which people have been asking for multiple years. And I'm sure once that's in, we're also going to see some, I'm certainly personally going to be pushing for, some improvements to the base game itself, because that's the one which people play the most. Origin X. Well, I'll go as well. If you wanted to play some good, clean MC5, the tournaments are an excellent place to do it, because there's a lot more oversight of what people are doing. So while I can't claim by any means that hackers have been eradicated from the game, when you're playing in an official ESL competition, there's a lot more eyes on these games. So, it's probably the optimal way to play. We play with a custom rule set of which guns you can use, which is tier 7 and below, with some exceptions as well, some extra guns banned, and tier 3 armor and below. So it's a very different experience even than squad battle. Origin X, oh, that's too bad to hear, but I hope the community for today's stream, they will be very welcoming. We go out of our way to make sure that when people are watching the Challenger series or any of our other MC5 broadcasts, that we keep everyone in a good place to chat. Nice and welcoming and friendly, guys. We're here for all of you guys. So thank you for making MC5 the esport it has been for the last multiple years. It's an incredible thing for any mobile game to do at all, let alone over a very extended period. Marin Maurice has got it right. Let's do this. Our first official game of the ESL Challenger Series today is off to the races. The hunt for Red October #1 is underway. Darren's leading the charge from up on top, running the covering fire for SAD, our favourites coming to this one. Remember guys, JZD, they've yet to take a series off the SAD squad. Origin X, you are more than welcome, my friend. I hope we'll get to see you playing in ESL competitions someday. That's my hope for everyone. It's a fantastic experience to play as part of a team, because I think that's one of the things that makes esports so worthwhile, is you just get to have a totally different experience to develop as a squad, and maybe to end up just as terrifying as Darren is right now for the SAD team. Nobody starts off as being amazing, but Darren is putting on one hell of a show. JZD, they're struggling to get out of the corner They're currently being boxed in. They have got the attempts to break through on the top layer. SAD trying to keep them contained. And Maurice, yes, SAD are very good. They're definitely looking to be one of our teams that challenge for the title here today as Ruler comes out of the corner. JZD hailing from China and wearing the Chinese colors on multiple of their weapons. Yeah, their number one tried to break out on the side, but this is what happens when you've got a team like SAD who are just so dominant. They want to put the boot home and they will try and drive JZD essentially off the map, right back into the corner, and won't let them out. Venom Gaming, you always get red ping. That is unfortunate. Definitely have a word with the, let me just grab the support.gameloft.com and see if there's anything they can do. If any of you guys are finding you're getting bad connections to the MC5 servers, do talk to customer care, because it might be that there needs to be more servers in your part of the world and just Gameloft aren't aware of it. They're always trying to make the game as good for everyone as possible. So let them know. If they don't know, they can't do anything about it. As Darren and the rest of SAD look terrifying. This is what you need if you're going to be the team that gets all the way through to the end. Then you got to be putting out the hurting on your opponents in the early rounds. Dasher does manage to get a kill through. Delian Gaming, welcome to the stream. Origin X, were you playing on Evil Within? Or were you playing against Evil Within? Yeah, Delian Gaming. Glad to see you back here again. Delian has been a fixture of our community games and has been doing some pretty impressive stuff. JZD getting trapped back in the corner, charging in from Rages. You'll see a lot of the time that the teams won't push into this back half of the map because that will force respawns out in the center. Apparently SAD are satisfied with where they've gotten to in the game right now, and they're happy to take the fight on the main field itself. JTD looking a lot more comfortable fighting out in the field rather than from a defensive position. Well, Venom Gaming, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that one day the servers will serve you better. As Dasher dances around in close quarters, will fall down for SAD. This one is going to the bank. Ah yes, Origin X. Well, that's one of the things. You know, SAD, we see being dominant here. No team lasts forever. I don't think any team should necessarily last forever. But as Maureen Morris said, SAD on fire, burning down the house in our first ESL game of the day. Origin X, you never had a chance to go to ESL. The chance is now. Origin X. I'll put the details in the chat once again. There's the ESL page. You can sign up for any of these tournaments for free. You can be like Darren there with 14 and 4, and Taka with 13 and 3. Absolutely ludicrous stuff. We've also got a strong performance from Hero as well for JZD. This is tough times for them. Guys, we're going to get you guys back onto stream once again and get into community games. We're going to try and stuff as much MC5 into today's broadcast as we possibly can. The other semi-final is waiting for us because of their kind actions of our ESL admin today, Hunter, and thank you to our teams for making sure we get to see every single aspect of the competition today. Get in here quick, guys, because we'll be going on to our next ESL game momentarily. Maureen Morris, I'm sorry for Nightbot taking your enthusiasm. Origin X, you're going to sign up and destroy these clans. That's what we like to hear. Are we first? Origin, what name are you guys going to play on under? Are you going to play under the Evil Within? Because that's a good team name. I don't know if Evil Within are still together as a team, but you can always nick their name. I think there is Victory of Lords, one of the teams playing here today. There are other teams that play with names reminiscent. Asifa, Darren wrecks you when you did a 1v1 with them. I can't believe it, honestly. No disrespect at all, but Darren is pretty freaking terrifying. I mean, this is something we see between the different teams. So, Saed owner is Darren. Darren's the one who set up the SAD squad, brought together Hero, Hannah, Natty LC, Natty LS, Prix, Randy, and Taco. Brought all those players together to play in another super team. ESL 1357, welcome to the stream. We are doing our community game. Get in here quick, because we will have to jump out as soon as the next ESL game is ready, and it should be ready pretty darn soon. Once we're done with that, we'll be going on to Victory of Lords versus VXL Glory and all French upper semi-finals. The bracket you can find in your chat right now. Kais, welcome. Let's see if we can grab one more person so that when we have to leave, the game doesn't just end. Asifa, you were using Grinder and Darren was with BSW. I think it just goes to show. Hey there, Celian. Excellent, let's get things started. While the weapons make a difference, skill is always going to be the biggest determiner. Origin X, you can most likely join the highest clan who are named Evil Within. Sucks that ours was number 1 first. Oh, I see. So Evil Within has splintered across. Stealing Gaming, yes! It's me and you and me. Let's throw grenades at each other. Let's do it. So I think I need to be... Actually, this reminds me, I'm going to put down my aim to be a little bit closer, because I think I'm not aiming far enough. Vahid, welcome, welcome. We are doing community games at the moment, so if you want to play live on the stream, use the passkey ESL 123. We're going to try and link back up with Delian. Oh no, but Kais has taken them out. We shall have vengeance in this life or the next. Oh no. Oh no. Mark Espacia, welcome to the stream. If you're a Call of Duty mobile player and you've come across the Modern Combat stream, you are, of course, more than welcome. We do just play Modern Combat on the Modern Combat stream, but we hope you come and join us. Give the game a try out as well. We thank Call of Duty, of course, to bring a bigger audience to mobile first-person shooters, and we hope that you'll give all of these ones a try. Woo! As we just avoid getting eviscerated by that grenade that's dropped on a health pack, and keep ourselves on our feet. Can't quite get around that corner. Alright, let's... Oh! Alright. Let's go over the other side. Hooah! Charging up and down. Oh man, we need to get the headshots in there. Origin X. Oh, we should try with the Cog V. Oh, I think we've got a Cog V loadout somewhere. There we go. Alright, it's going to go. Origin X me, 1v1 me. I don't think it's going to go very well for me. You can definitely come and join in the community games, where you'll probably get the chance to kill me a bunch. Oh no! Rise, rise! Rahid, use tier 5 SMG. Wait, which one's the tier 5 SMG? I can't even remember. I know the Saber. Oh man, I could have got mine. Origin X, you'll make a new account if it's fair. I'll tell you what, Origin X. If you get a team and sign up for the ESL competition next week, then I'll 1v1 you at the end of the stream. If you stick around all the way to the end, that's the deal I'm offering you. A 1v1, you and me, Origin X, for all the marbles. Well, relatively consequence free, to be fair. Ah, pants! Oh, Bosk is the tier 5. Oh, I thought it wasn't tier 5. In that case, yeah, the Bosk is totally fine. I've seen people doing really well with the Bosk. Oh man, oh man. Origin X, you're going to get your best players. Oh right, I'm looking forward to seeing the Evil Within come in and smash. So Origin X, something to bear in mind is you can only play in one of red and blue. So choose the one. I see if I need a better aim sight for COG. Am I using the wrong sight? Or is it just that I need to be able to aim better in general? Haha, I've got a Jadestone cog. I'm the best. Oh, I didn't last very long. Used with 4 times scope. I'm using... What am I using? I'm using 3 times?
Enemy turret activated.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Guys kills us so freaking quickly. Origin X, use ACOG for COG. I mean, it just makes sense. Those sound like 2 things that are supposed to be together. Oh man. Oh man. Oh wait. It looks like we've got our next ESL passkey. There we go. Alright, we're going to jump out of here. We've learned enough right now. We're going to be coming back in with our second encounter between SAD and JZD. Last time round, it's looking like SAD were going to be hyper dominant. Let's see if they can do it all over again on the path to the grand finals. We've got our passkey. Let's see if the lobby is up. I think they should be, yes, pretty much ready to go right away. So let's get in. Embrator Gaming, can you know we start the ESL? Embrator Gaming, I love that passion. We are going to be jumping in pretty much right now. We are in our second game of our lower semi-finals, JZD versus SAD for a place in the grand finals itself. Embrator, your wish is my command, though temper the language, please. We've got a lot of younger viewers here. But, again, appreciate the enthusiasm. That's an impressive amount. So yes, for all the rest of you guys who might have just come to the stream, Origin X, myself and Origin X from the YouTube chat are going to have a duel at the end of the stream to celebrate Origin X bringing all of their heavy hitters to MC5 ESL. They think they can beat out everyone and take those €100 or $100. We'll have to see. I'm always excited to see some new faces on the block, to see the level of competition driven higher. We had Impossible Missions Force being overturned by Old Glory on iOS Blue a little while back. Impossible Missions Force looked incredibly strong, but then they were turfed as I think... Wait a second, have we got the wrong map here? Is that what's going on? Let's see, we're supposed to be on rooftops. We are on rooftops, so the players are leaving. What's going on, guys? I'm going to have a quick check in the chat. Okay, I think somebody did the wrong entry. So, what the problem is that the tracker was set as allowed for the match. So the tracker, the newest class, not yet allowed in ESL competition. I hope it will be soon, because it's a lot of fun to have a woof woof to follow you around. Ooh. Oh no, apparently not this game. Ham. Alright, let's get out of here. I think they're setting up maybe a new lobby. Okay, let's give this one a try. Yeah, this one doesn't have the tracker available. So we'll jump into here. Apologies for all the confusion, guys. So this is the second game between JZD Gaming from China and SAD representing the UK. That's where I am from. The hid, I will give the Bosk a try. Darkstar Gaming, welcome to the stream. We're just getting into that second encounter. Our upper semi-finals are waiting for us, and we'll soon be getting onto them as soon as this one is done. Ooh. Yes, Origin X, so tier 7 and below weapons are allowed in the official ESL competition. There are some exceptions. The LAC sniper rifle for the Morph is not allowed, and the ERG sniper rifle, the ERG, yeah, it's a sniper rifle basically, on the Sapper class I believe is banned on, I have to quickly check, I always forget. I think it might be the ERG is banned on one of the platforms. VXL and VOL have not played already. They are going to be waiting for us in the upper semi-final, which will be taking place just after this lower semi-final. So don't worry, guys. We're not going to miss a single moment of ESL action. Origin, you've got 4 accounts to maxed out. Oh my gosh. Well, do make sure, Origin X, I'm not an admin, but my understanding is you got to keep the same dog tag consistent. So make sure if you're going to play an ESL, you keep on the one account. Otherwise, you can end up in awkward situations. Hunter's going to have a quick check-in. He believes that the ERG is banned just on iOS. I definitely would recommend, if you're getting into ESL competition, the most rewarding is definitely on iOS. Once Android gets merged in with iOS, then they'll be able to get... Okay, so I've gotten confirmation from my ESL admin Hunter. The ERG is banned just on iOS. But yeah, Origin X. Yes, it's a very good idea. Just read the rules carefully. SVN Fair Play, welcome to the stream. Good to see your smiling face here once again. So, also, for Origin X and anyone else who's thinking of playing in the ESL competition, there's a few things to be aware of. So, if you do run into any trouble, make sure you file a ticket for your ESL admin. So, the admin today is Hunter, but it will just go to the admin staff. They've got kind of a pool of admins for each tournament, and they'll sort you out. So, always let the admins know what you're doing. Let your admins know what the pass key is for your matches and all that stuff, and you'll be totally fine. Do make sure to take pictures of the end of game screens if you're your winner to prove the results. Again, it's all stuff which it seems like a big pain when you start out. You're like, oh, I'm going to do this, going to do that, but you quickly get used to it, and it's essential for these tournaments to run as they're supposed to, that everybody keeps the admins informed, then the admins tell you where to go, and it all works out absolutely beautifully. Origin X, Sapper is currently undergoing a rework. Is it actually in the rules as being not allowed? Let's have a look. Yeah, the rules are a little bit out of date. I'm going to ask Hunter. But yeah, I think as far as I'm aware, the Sapper is allowed, just not any kind of auto-aiming weapons that might happen. Marianne Maurice? Maybe he knows something I don't know. That reminds me. I'm going to put that into my next meeting notes. Ooh! Wait, what's going on? I've never seen that message before. That's a new one. Alright, let's just go check in with the game again and see what's going on. I think maybe... we are waiting on our players to show up. I don't know quite what's happened there, if there's something odd going on with the server. Asifa, I don't know what's going on, because it came up with a message saying that we had been kicked for the game starting. Obviously the game has not started, so I don't know what that was about. It might relate to the players having trouble getting into the game. Tell you what, guys, I will be right back just a second. I'm going to have a word with our admin. I'll just pump up the music for a little bit. And when we return, we should hopefully have that ESL match for you. Thank you guys so much for your patience. I'm afraid we haven't managed to find a good answer as to what is going on with this game at the moment. The admin hunter is taking matters in hand, so what we're going to do is we're going to jump out of here and get you guys back onto stream again, because we need games, not lobbies. That's what we like. ESL 1, 2, 3. Let's go on to rooftops for our next game. Okay, actually, let me hold on a second. I'm being told that there is a new lobby. Alright, I'm going to have a quick check into that and see if the players will actually show up. Alright, okay, let's see. Hey, jeez. Itachi Uchiha. I'm not one of the developers. I've been brought in to commentate the matches. But if you've got anything which you want to pass along to the developers, I can certainly have a line to them. Vahid, do you want me to use the Dreadeye Sniper? Vahid, let me tell you about why we don't have the Dreadeye Sniper in ESL anymore. The Dreadeye actually caused the change of the ESL rules, because people would shoot the Dreadeye into the ceiling of the museum and kill the other team in the spawn. Of course, at the time, that didn't go over terribly well, as you might expect. People assumed that the other people were cheating, but no, they just managed to find an angle that went right into the spawn. Politics Leader, welcome to the stream over on Twitch. Also, Itachi, have I got welcome on here? I don't think I do. I've got my listing of Japanese phrases. So what time is it? I guess it's probably in Japan. I can just use Google to answer that question. Google, what is the time in Japan right now? It's 0049. Well, konbanwa, I suppose? Alright, let's have a look. Oh, I think we're getting a message from... Okay, I think... we might switch... Oh, hello. What's this? A development. It looks like we might have our teams finding their way back in. Vahid, how are you telling me to use so many different guns? I can't remember them all. The tier 4 shotgun. Politics Leader, how is my day? My day's doing good. We are in our ESL competition. Unfortunately, we've been having some problems with players being unable to join the game, so we've been delayed on our second semi-final game. That's right, Vahid. It's good to have suggestions. I can only keep track of 1 or 2 at a time, though. Vahid, you think the tier 4 shotgun has better damage than tier 6? Let's have a look. So there is a pretty good MC5 wiki that's got good entries on the... Oh, Modern Combat 5 wiki. That's Modern Combat Fandom wiki. That's got good listings for all of the different stuff in here. Let's see. Weapons, shotguns. So if we're looking at that, I guess, are we talking about the Sering 9 is, I think that's tier is that considered to be? The 5th. Are you talking about the Sering 9 shotgun? Vahid? No, I think it's really good that you're using all the different weapons. Politics Leader, thank you for dropping by. We'll be back next weekend. I'll drop the details of the listings in there. Yeah, good luck at school tomorrow. Work hard with your studies and become the smartest ESL player in the future. Good night, Politics Leader, and have yourselves a restful rest. Alright, looks like we're finally getting our players in. For hit. Well, I'm sure I've used the Sering 9 in multiplayer. Sorry. Oh. Hello. That's odd. I don't think the game should have started with just 4 players on the SAD team. We'll see if they stay connected, because if they do, I presume that SAD are up for playing this game. If not, then I presume that this game's not going to count. It looks like they are staying in and fighting. I don't know quite what's going on. Maureen Maurice, thank you for dropping by the stream. Again, apologies for this rather large delay on our next game between SAD and JZD. I don't know quite what happened, but it seems like SAD are willing to play this match out. As again, I would have expected a team who were, were having connection issues or whatever seems to be the issue here for SAD to just quit out and then kind of start over again. But it seems like, okay, we've got SAD members coming back in again, so I guess we're off to the races with an actual match. Alright, let's get it on. PRLX with a nice double kill there with that Bramson. So, we were talking a little bit before about the Bosk. The Bramson has in most cases replaced the Bosk, the tier 5 recon weapon, which was extremely popular with a lot. Yes, so Yar's using a Bosk there, but in Chinese colours, which makes it look a lot like a firecracker. An unfortunate time to be looking up at the sky. Are we seeing some tier 1 SMGs? Let's see. We've got Hannah, who is using... Oh boy, very ambitious to get stuck in there. I don't think I've seen any tier 1. I know the Saber does get used. I think, yes, I think everyone's using the Saber right now. So, I believe there is a bit of a difference between the Bosk and the Bramson in terms of, I believe the Bosk has a better long range, whereas the Bramson's got a better short range. I don't think it's a huge difference between. As there we go, we've got all 5 SAD members now connected. Excuse me. PRLX is currently leading the score 9-6. But it's very, very close. Hannah is right in the center of things. The number 2 for the squad. Nice hiding place there to scout out the opposition. Dasher is the one we'll be looking out for here. Again, rocking the Chinese colors. JZD hailing from China and using the Cog V. Vahid, both of them got faster shooting and reloading than Bramson. Oh, we're talking about the... Oh man, the Bosk, yes. Does it really shoot faster than the Bramson? There must be some other things, there must be some advantages that people have been using. I'll have to try and remember, because... I know that, yeah, there are differences in the usage between. As Yar runs up, somehow doesn't get that last kill to go for the reload, but has multiple people up behind it, turning it into a huge fight in the center of the map. 3 minutes left to play. 911, if you have got any anything to show that someone has been using hacks in the ESL tournament, please do let our ESL admins know. It's not something we really let be discussed in the chat, because if someone doesn't have evidence, then it just becomes a very unpleasant environment for everyone. And if they do, then this is not the place to be deploying said evidence. Talk to our ESL admins, and they'll get you sorted out, and they can talk to Gameloft if they need to. SAD currently looking pretty good off the back of PRLX and Natiel, 10-4 with that BSW, trying to poke their shots all the way through the mists of the rooftops. Natiel with a nice melee kill there, switching across to the Rager, as Hannah is tearing things up with the shred right in the center. Coming down to the last 2 minutes, it's looking like SAD have recovered themselves from a very tough start where they were barely any of them connected to taking the game, the second game off of SAD. While JZD, they managed to get up to 4-0. By the end, SAD, that's their second game win, so they will take our first Grand Finals place. Alright guys, let's take a look at our numbers. So PRLX and Natiel, by the end of that one, pulling out the real big numbers. Dasher, from over on the JZD side, trying their darndest to carry the game, but couldn't quite manage to make it work. So guys, ESL 123, come and join us live on stream. Let's get some more MC5 from you guys in there. We've got our first finalists. Now it's all about you guys. Whoops, almost put the wrong key in. ESL 123, let's get it on. Oops, I just realized. Just need to disable that one, and there we go. Biff, boff, all done. Passkey is ESL 123. For our Spanish fans, la clave del juego será ESL 123. Come and join us live on stream. Taco, Valentina, everybody's welcome. Do make sure to add me up as a friend afterwards, and you can get direct invites to future community games. Ooh. So Vahid saying Tier 1 SMG has got the same damage as Bramson? Interesting. I will have a look into that. Let's see. So we're talking about the Saber, the Tier 1 Recon, and Bramston. And as well, looking at the Tier 5 Bosk. We will have a check-in and see how those numbers compare to each other. Ale, Adine, C, welcome, welcome. And Big Ann as well. We are going to shortly be getting onto our second semi-final of the day. Victory of Lords are waiting for us. I'll throw out one more invite as I ban myself some delicious water. Alright, that's enough to get started with. Mohammed said, your dog tag at the moment is COD Mobile OP. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying this game and our game. I think we've got probably our passkey. Yes, we do, for our second semi-final. So we'll get this one started. Vahid, we did try out the Tier 3 sniper before on stream. It was alright. I think it didn't kill someone with a body shot, and that was enough for me to say, nah, it's not as much damage as the other snipers. It was a decent sniper rifle and looked pretty cool, but I don't think it quite had enough damage to be able to punch through Tier 3 armor. And so that's why I was like, it's probably not going to make its way into ESL if that's the case, because a lot of people do still rely on body shotting with snipers. Alright, so I believe our players are pretty much ready to go. So again, thank you guys for sticking around. Apologies again for our delays. We've got the all-French semi-final Victory of Lords versus VXL coming up momentarily. Now the Victory of Lords team, they are set to be another squad that can dominate their division. But maybe, just maybe, we'll get a surprise here. Let's go into a little bit of the history of both of these squads, as we will be looking for games on streets, rooftops, and then a potential third game on the construction site. Victory of Lords, they have been winning for quite some time recently, winning out the first cup of September. Now, of course, we're in the first cup of October, and also the last. So, all of September, or at least the beginnings and the end of September, belonging to the Victory of Lords squad. They haven't played in all of the tournaments though, so they've given a little bit of room for other teams to come in and swipe away that €100 prize. There's a very good chance, in fact almost a certainty, we'll see Victory of Lords currently in the red in our monthly finals for September. But these tournaments are all about the monthly finals for October. This is how you start off the month and show that you're a team that's worth taking notice of. Saed, we killed 2 players with a body shot in the tier 3 sniper, did we? I vividly remember not killing someone with a body shot. I mean, the people we killed may have been already injured, I'm not sure. Or maybe, I don't know how that could work. But your memory could well be better than mine, I don't know. I don't know, guys. For VXL, this is going to be their first tournament headed up by Big Mac with Apollo, Saed, ESL 1357 we saw in the chat before, Evil, Maxwell MC5, and Saed 2215 on the team. You see Saed there. It looks like we've got Apollo as well. Okay, Vahid, I'll take your word for it. I think it's really good for Vahid that you're trying to get ahead of the curve on what weapons are being used, because a lot of the time there are a lot of viable weapons in MC5 that just aren't getting used because everyone's kind of trying to copy each other. So I admire you Vahid for trying out new things. You could well be the person to come across the next big weapon. Itachi Uchiha, when is the next MC5 update coming? Not for a little bit, we've just had the hotfix update to put the voice chat into the game. So I think it's going to be a little while longer before we get our next update coming in. But keep your eye out for that. There's going to be an exciting new mode, if everything goes to plan, in the next update. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But yes, as Maureen said, the hotfix, while it was a small update, it was, it was an update to kind of to bring in one of the features which initially was, I think, intended for update 30, which was the voice chat. So VXL, completely fresh team to ESL. You've got SR, nice choice of sniping location actually, all the way up there. You'll see this with some of our more experienced players, is they'll choose very carefully where it is they want to fight, as Stress does take a hit, falls back, nice bit of headshotting. Notice their Stress firing just above the target to try and hit with some spray while staying in the right kind of area. Round the corner it goes once again, going 1 versus 2. 1 versus 3 eventually will fall down. Saed on the other side, that one going to fill up with grenades. I think managed to just about get that last one out before falling down. Apollo as the Lords the victory of. They're here, tier 1 SMG, same damage as Bosk but better speed and reloading. I've definitely seen people use this Saber, the tier 1 recon in ESL competition, but not recently. So it's team owner Stress who's getting most of the kills, using the Shred in close quarters, switching across to the Rager. Can't quite control the doorway though. As the VXL try and find their way back into the match. Apollo, the Jade Stone Bosk. One of the ways you can support the game is with these fancy schmancy weapons with all the beautiful colouring. We've got the Jade Stone Bosk as well. Guaranteed to get as many kills as you like. Maybe. VXL has to be careful here. They're falling into the same trap a lot of teams do, which is trying to fight out of a corner. Now, I don't know if the... if VXL could manage to fight from the left-hand side of the map defensively, but I don't think I've ever seen a team win from being on the right-hand side. The left-hand side has got the constricted entryways. Theoretically, the right-hand side does as well. If you see Cheeto here tearing things up, 8 and 1, nice quick sniping action, buffed fairly recently, I believe, makes quick scoping more of a thing. Zooming in and out just a little bit faster to enable that kind of play style. Yeah, you can defend on the left-hand side of the map, but on the right, I think it's just a little bit too open. Too many angles to try and defend against, and teams oftentimes just respawn and die straight away. SR does come in from the back though, right place, right time, trying to look for a second kill, taking it to pieces. Let's find those numbers. It is Cheeto who dives right into a pile of VXL players. That is a bold move indeed, my friend. 11 and 4. Using the Bramson. We'll have to see, Vahid, if people can... Well, I think if a tier 1 weapon is only as good as a tier 5, then I still don't see why people wouldn't just use the tier 5 if it's much of a muchness. I know the Saber does fire extremely fast, and there might be a certain combination of cores that can abuse that. I don't know, guys. Let us know. I mean, that can be the difference maker for some teams. If you come in and you've got some fresh new ideas, then suddenly you can beat teams that are more experienced than you just because you're playing in a different way that they wouldn't have expected. Cheeto, though, sticking to the Bramson for the time being rather than the Saber or the Bosk. It's working out pretty well for them. I think Cheeto's ammo capacity I might be higher. I'm not sure about that. Vahid, there we go, saying it's faster than Bramson. That would make sense. Certainly staying nimble on your feet, particularly for the recon. Being in the right place at the right time is really the best way to avoid getting shot. Going for the floor bang there for Cheeto. Vahid, oh no, please don't take it as any kind of criticism at all. There's no apologies required in the slightest. I know it's definitely, you know, it's always one of those things that whenever someone suggests something new, that everyone feels obliged to poke all the holes in it possible. But there's no real reason to do that. MNZ ending that one out along with Cheeto with a very, very strong showing from Victory Lords. Now, I don't think we're going to have time to get into a custom game, but let's have a little look across on what Vahid is talking about with the various recon weapons while we wait for this next match to come around. Let's see. Okay. So we've got the Bramson, we've got 760... I'm going to make some notes here as we go. So Bramson, rounds per minute is 761, 52% accuracy, and effective damage up to 16 meters to 29 is where it really drops off a cliff. Alright, so let's check in with the Bosk. Oh, actually, let's also make sure we take note of... So magazine clients, yeah, there we go. So we've got 45 bullets in the magazine, 20 pen, and mobility is -2 from max. Alright, so let's look back here. So on paper at least, the Bosk has actually got higher maneuverability. But let's look at it. So rounds per minute is 600. Oh, and actually as well, we've got to actually note down what the damage is. So it's 16. So 16 at 16. For the Bosk, it's 18 at 15. And then dropping off to 37. So there we go. So the Bosk does have a longer effective range. Captain Abutre, saludos, Itachi Uchiha. If you want to join in the ESL competition down the line, then you can sign up through the ESL website. Let me just send the details through. Yes, Flinks Gaming, saludos, welcome. Sup. Flinks Gaming and the captain. So we're doing a little bit of research on the weapons here. And let's see, so penetration is 10 penetration and mobility is -1. Mag size is 35 bullets. Okay, so we've done a little bit of research, but we've got our next game to go into. So let's get onto that. Vahir, thank you for suggesting that there. So it looks like the main difference is that the Bosk is effective at considerably longer ranges. Well, the Bramson's got a bigger clip and fires faster. The Bosk, yeah. Bosk, I think essentially it's a slightly longer range choice over the Bramson. So on certain maps, I think it can make a lot of sense to go for the Bosk instead. I'm not sure the difference is massively noticeable between the two. They think they both still function. I know the Bosk at one point actually had an extremely long range, which meant that it was the only gun anybody used. Oh, Vahid, did we not have the extended mag? Okay, so that may be that the Bosk is a bit closer. Vahid, with the extended mag, does the Bosk actually go up to the same amount as the Bramson? In terms of bullet capacity? Joaquim Cantina, welcome back to the stream. VXL, yes, I think there's definitely some very big similarities between VXL. I think you're right, honestly. The VXL, as another French team, they are looking up to Victory of Lords, a dominant MC5 French team, and saying, this is the team that we want to be. To get the chance to play against the team you're trying to emulate is quite a thing. And I think they'll be making the most of it. Felix, the recoil on the Bramson, that is something else to consider. So recoil. I don't think that's actually listed in there, but I can totally believe that's a thing. Joaquim, they're forgetting to camp. Delicious water. Alright, Victory of Lords and VXL. We are getting into the second game of the upper semi-finals. SAD are awaiting the winner of this series in the grand finals themselves. Let's see. Vahid, do you think the Bosk has 4 bullets in the standard magazine? Oh, interesting. Alright. Let's see what our players have got for us here. So, from VXL, it looks like they're going to be bringing out 3 recon players, as well as a heavy and a sniper for the VOL squad. They've gone for the support for stress, as well as 2 snipers, 2 assaults, and no recons whatsoever. Fully expect to see Victory of Lords trying to play a more keep away style with Victory of Lords with VXL, sorry, to keep them from using their recon weapons for maximum effectiveness. Of course, you also want to be shooting people in the back, ideally, if you're on recon. Joaquim Cantina, do let me know if I'm saying our name correctly. If they reach 15 kills on the map, it's already a victory for them. I think that's quite possible. Vahid, they're using the Bosk with 4 times zoom. Interesting. What do you think of that, Vahid? Is that the right choice? To try and sort of effectively go for a longer range Bosk than he would otherwise. Hero Gaming Simon, it's raining in Hero Gaming Simon Town. Well, it's always warm in my head for you, Hero Gaming Simon. It really is. Cheeto and the rest of the Victory of Lords squad, they are not giving their country folk a chance to catch their feet. You see Cheeto using the terrain there to block line of sight while they're reloading to take down Big Mac. Victory Lords in control of the center for the time being. I think we are going to see multiple VXL members coming in, dropping down, but Victory Lords seem to be ready for them. Big Mac does get the kill on to Crystal, also using the Bramson themselves. You're getting someone. So Vahid, you're a fan of the 3 and 4 times scope. On the Volsk, as we've discovered, it does have a decent damage at range, especially compared to the Bramson. So it does make sense. Big Mac trying to take cover, that gets caught by Crystal coming around the corner, or MNZ even. There you go, it was MNZ rocking the commander with the Severance shotgun. Extremely powerful, even without the commander. Bosk plus 4 times zoom and 3 times zoom scope. Prestige gaming. I like it. I like the way you think, Vahid. Makes a lot of sense. Charging down the stairs comes VXL, but it does not last very long. Evil is up above them, trying to defend the rooftops against the Victory Lord squad. VXL, it's looking like they're going to have a way to go before they can give Victory of Lords a serious run for the money. Evil right into their faces, dropping down the DBS. Will run into Stress, who switched across to the Recon. Has stolen a Cog V for their troubles as well, though. Finds nearly the entire VXL squad charging in from the side. It's an absolute bloodbath in the center. A 17 kill advantage as Cheeto grabs 2 more. VXL, they decided to take on the Victory of Lords squad on their own terms, and it's not gone so well. But here, Saber plus 4 times zoom. Interesting. We'll have to look at the Saber stats and try and compare across. There's a lot of stats to compare between the two guns, though. Actually, I'm going to put that in to my notes. Gun comparison tool. I think that'd be a cool thing to have in MC5. That seems like something a programmer could put together without it being too difficult to do. Though I'm not a programmer, so I don't know anything. Victory of Lords. They are just waiting to finish out this game as Big Mac does manage to pick up a decent scoreline. That Bramson reloading right in the front of the door. You got to make sure you duck away, because of course, as soon as your opponents see that you're reloading, they will go right for you. But here, do you play in the ESL competition? I'd love to see you using some of this theory crafting to get a strong ESL performance. As Victory of Lords, they will take themselves game number 2. They are going to go join SAD in the grand finals. Ooh, Big Mac did come out big by the end of the game, but VXL, they're still trying to catch up with Victory of Lords for now, who move forward. Best of 5 grand finals for €100 will be coming up shortly. Finals will be set up momentarily, but let's get you guys back onto stream if we can before that happens. ESL 1, 2, 3. Vahid, you're going to beat me up with a Saber with a 4 times zoom? I've no doubt in my mind that you will. ESL 1, 2, 3. Let's get into some free-for-all action on Scramble. Come and join us, guys. Ooh-rah. Once more, our finalists, Victory of Lords and SAD, France versus the UK, for our final ESL match of the day. Hero Gaming Simon, I'm liking this smile on your face. I hope you guys are doing wonderfully, wherever you might happen to be. Begin. Welcome, welcome. Let's see if we can find ourselves some more opponents. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-da-da. Be-be-de-de-de-do. Jen, I'm ESL. No, I'm ESL. I've been ESL all along. Alright, it looks like we're going to have ourselves a little break before the finals actually begin. So what we'll do is we'll get a few more of you guys in here. We'll get this one started as a break game. There we go, going to the spectate. Alright, that should be enough to get on with. We'll throw out one more invite. You can use a tier 2 assault rifle like a sniper rifle. Interesting, Vahid. I'll have a look at that. Tier 2 assault. Alright, let's get it on. Guys, we'll be back on the other side of the break. For now, though, enjoy this community game, and we'll see you in the finals. Alright. It's time for the grand finals. SAD versus Victory of Lords, the UK versus France. Let's get it started here on Scramble. Victory of Lords with back-to-back tournament wins. SAD looking to steal the French team's crowns. Victory of Lords will start off in the south, SAD in the north. Delacroix coming around the corner, backing off now, waiting for the backup from the other members of the team, ceding the territory in order to not give their life across. Takes a grenade to the back of the head and falls down. Both teams claiming the first blood for themselves. Tier 2 assault rifle. I will definitely give the Tier 2 assault a look for hit, but now I'm going to focus on this here game. We'll definitely talk some more about the MC5 unwritten weapons. Cheeto, beautiful sniper shot across. It takes not just great patience, but also quick reactions to make the perfect sniper. Hero with a good grenade toss there will get the kill back for SAD. Shine trying to protect the flank inside the center hangar while the rest of the Victory of Lords squad hang back. Hero does get taken out by Shine though, the ambush from inside, but Darren gets some revenge as well, rocking in the lava. PR39 doesn't have the extra zoom in damage, but has the ability to hit far in just as effectively and still be effective at long range. Stress, good grenade kill there. Both these teams exceptional MC5 ESL teams who've been around the block more than a few times. This is best of 5 finals action you're seeing here, everybody. Right now, Victory of Lords, they can afford to play defensively because they are in the lead. Good grenade toss at Delacroix. Hannah Delacroix looking to come in from the side. There's only a couple of ways into Hangar 01, this lower hangar on the map. You can come in through the front door, you can go left and right here, you can come in through the side and approach from some more oblique angles. Looks like Hannah's going to go for the straightforward approach. Hits the side on MNZ. Up on the top, Hannah takes them down as well. Number 3, PR Alexis coming in from the side. This could be big for SAD. They've broken into Victory Lords territory. Hero managed to get the heal. Hannah on the side as well. Crystal respawning back in again. Victory of Lords, they are brawling with SAD in the side. Darren comes in looking for the shots. Gets it. SAD, they've equalized. Hannah grabs one as well. And Victory of Lords officially have been driven out of their defensive position. MNZ trying to come back in from the side. Victory of Lords now, they've held onto the lead by a thread, but are now out on the open waters. Stress does manage to pick up another kill on the way out, as does Crystal. Victory of Lords are very far from done in this game, punishing SAD as they try and move up. Hannah trying to fire through and get those angles as Natiel grabs another for the Blues. SAD, where do they go from here? Victory of Lords seem pretty happy to have the fight out in the center of the map. Crystal has been doing some fantastic sniping as well as chucking some covering grenades in. Darren does pick up a grenade kill of their own though. Victory of Lords a long way from safety here. We're getting close to the halfway mark left remaining in this game. Victory of Lords, they're looking for those angles. Crystal, as soon as they see the color of blue, but no, it's Hero who fires back through. SAD, they're so close to catching up. They've got Darren on one side, along with Natiel, and Hero on the other. SAD, if they can get the lead for themselves, they can fall back in. Hero with a bit of a pre-fire there. Can't quite get the damage in. Number 4, Shine, is there to meet them, along with number 5, MNZ, laying down the covering fire. Hannah Delacroix able to break off to the side of the squad, though. Sneaky beaky. Going to try and break through. Victory Lords have definitely spotted Hannah coming, though. It's going to be a 2v1 as Stress picks up the kill on the other side. Will get cut down. Hannah going to go for the brawl in the center, switching across to the Marasia pistol, trying to keep the head down to avoid getting headshotted. Is not firing very much. I think just buying time for the rest of the team. Ultimately, though, Victory of Lords, they stay ahead. Stress in from the side, the number 1 and team owner of Victory of Lords. It's all by themselves, or are they? Crystal with the fire support from long range will keep Stress up in the center. SAD, they're starting to fall behind in a serious fashion as Crystal drops down some air support will get revengerized though, as Darren also picks up a kill. It's looking like SAD are now the ones in the center of the map. While MNZ, the number 5, it looks to be that the Lords are setting up on the far left-hand side. Shine, holding on like the crazy diamond they are. Darren and the rest of the squad. Darren and Hero with the lion's share of the kills. PRLX and Natiel from the SAD team, they need to step up, or they're gonna be bringing the team down with them. A lot of deaths, very few kills so far. 1 minute and 30 left to play. Victory of Lords, they're pulling back to another defensive posture. Once again, SAD, they're going to have to come charging in. Darren does get 1 kill, opens the door. Hannah and the rest of the team come charging in. Victory of Lords have almost been wiped off the map entirely. Natiel will fall under stress, who's trying to hold the line as the Victory of Lords respawn back into the map. They are looking to fight their way back in. They've got the lead. SAD, they won the hangar, but what have they got for it? Just a Victory of Lords teams that are at the door. The wolves baying for blood. The Victory of Lords team keep hammering down the firepower. 1 minute left to play. SAD, they fought valiantly. Nice recoil grenade there, bouncing back off the wall. Victory of Lords, they think they've got this one. It's so very close to being done. PRLX slamming in with a kill there. Victory of Lords falling back once again. They'll only fight on their own terms. I think that's what's gotten them to this point. 5 kills, 6 kills ahead. And it does manage to slam one back in, for the Victory Lords are still holding on. MNZ with a beautiful sniper shot across the bow. SAD, they've given it their everything, but it's just not enough. Victory of Lords, they played the map. They've played SAD here. And this first game of the finals, if it's anything like the rest of them, this is going to be quite the epic encounter. Victory of Lords, they have run SAD ragged, and they will take the first point of the finals. Woo! I think Hunter knows the result from that one. Man, what an amazing match. Both of those teams giving it their everything. But this is the reason why Victory of Lords have been up at the top. It's not just about spectacular MC5 playing. And that's, of course, what we got from both of these teams. It's the strategic mind. It's Stress, team owner. And I'll have to talk to the team about how their shot calling works, because that was fantastically played from Victory of Lords. They dragged SAD across the coals again and again. And despite brutal play from SAD, they ran out of gas, and ultimately they had nothing left. Guys, we'll be getting that second game of the grand finals momentarily. Grab yourselves a drink of water. I know I will be. And get your bodies ready. SAD and Victory of Lords, the grand finals, game 2 of a potential 5, coming up in just a few heartbeats time. Friends, welcome back. Our finals continues. Victory of Lords and SAD. Let's get it on. In the last game, Victory of Lords played out a masterful strategic game, keeping the SAD team at an arm's length, always making them fight at a disadvantage. I talked to the team owner, Stress, from the Victory of Lords squad between games. Apparently, they are the shot caller for the team and extremely pleased with how that last game went. Aptem, yes, we are only in the game with 2 of our grand finals. If SAD equalize here, we are guaranteed at least 2 more games after this. If Victory of Lords win, we may only get 1. Right now, it's looking pretty darn even between the 2 teams as Cheeto manages to grab a kill for themselves. Crystal will be looking out for their hot sniping action They've been absolutely brutal so far. Of course, when it comes to the close quarters, there are going to be better options. Crystal even manages to get the headshot right away with some nice pistol work. 1 minute. Down, the Lords in control. Stress taking the high ground advantage, but will get knocked down as Darren and the rest of the SAD team, they take over the upper bounds. Hero, I tell a lie, actually down in the center as Hannah Delacroix, one of the big players from last time around for Saed, does get taken down by Crystal in the close quarters. That's some good flexibility from the sniper on the Victory of Lords squad. Can snipe, but also proficient with a pistol and well, not minding to get stuck in with a melee kill as well. SAD, you can see they're clumped up outside. Darren has got control of the top, going to drop down, looking for a little bit of corridor fighting here. The pre-fire around the corner, no one's there. Hannah taken out. Darren comes in, can't quite get the damage done from long range as team owner Stress comes a bit charging in. Vahid will definitely give a try to the tier 2 assault rifle and see how it ends up working out. A moment of repose before the fighting picks back up once again. Darren coming through, trying to get that long-range firepower down. Does manage to take it out Shine. As Victory of Lords are in control. Crystal is a very hard gem to break. PRLX with the shred, just going to try and push out through the flank. Nice. Good position there as the red team SAD. They do manage to break the line. PRLX goes from 1 kill to 3. Very nicely done. Taco can't quite make it through on the side. Hero's going to be charging forward. PRLX and the rest of the SAD team, they have managed to break the line of Victory of Lords and tie the score up once more. 3 minutes left to play on the second grand final game. All credit to SAD. They ran out of steam by the end of the previous game, but they are keeping going. Vahid, you're on the European server. I'm on North American. I think I'm on the European server. Vahid, as far as I'm aware, it's European and APA. Those are the two servers I'm aware of, but let me know if I'm telling it a little bit differently than it truly is. So, SAD, they've managed to come back from their Game 1 defeat, which must have been extremely dispiriting for the squad. Cheeto, lovely counter-sniping there, will keep Vol in control of the center. Woo! PRLX is stacking up along with Darren on the side. Can't break through Crystal though. Standing strong on the flank, keeping Victory of Lords from being surrounded. Guys, we need to see some smoke grenades in here. That's one way to break into a defensive position, is make them unable to see ya. PRLX moving up from the side, can't quite break through there as Shine gets a lovely double kill with a PR39. Good use of the terrain there. You see a lot of players doing the kind of castle approach of popping up, using the terrain like we can see there. You can see the bullet holes. That's some impenetrable terrain as far as I'm aware. As Stress, very sneaky. So this is the basic strategy that works very well. Have the one person up front who's going to grab the opponent's attention, and then the person who kills them is actually the person off to the side, like Stress is here, who actually gets a kill through. Very smart play. SAD, they're only behind by 4. They're still fighting with everything they have. 100 euros at stake in this competition. Hannah Delacroix up the stairs, laying down the firepower, does get the kill. Shine though, trading back. You can see the Victory Lords team health bars, they are pretty darn low right now. They are vulnerable. PRLX moving in, looking for those kills. Darren up the stairs again, gonna lay down even more bullets into the back side of Victory Lords team. SAD, they're coming up full force, but Stress tears through multiple SAD members. It was so very close, but this could be it. SAD, they have to win this next fight. Rages Taco rages, the most delicious kind of taco. Charging in and taking 2 kills in a row. Make that 3! What a monster! Goes for number 4 as well, but Darren gets there just a few seconds ahead of them. SAD, are they going to manage to pull this one back? MNZ with a double kill coming through. Shine on your crazy diamonds, Victory of Lords. They've equalized 1 minute, 3 kills is all it's going to take. SAD, they've pulled the way back to almost parity, but they can't do it. Victory of Lords by a single point will take game number 2. What a fantastic showing. These guys are playing in a manner that would be worthy of a monthly finals with 500 euros on the line. SAD, they pull it back to the very edge. But again, it is not enough. Victory of Lords now 1 game away from calling themselves champions once again. What an incredible game. SAD, they claw themselves closer every time. But again, they will be denied. Guys, we will be getting set up for game number 3 between Victory of Lords and SAD as soon as we possibly can. 50-49, Victory of Lords. They hold on by the smallest possible margin. But hold on they do. Will we see the reverse sweep? Certainly SAD, they're promising it to us. But we'll find out what happens. Death or glory after the break. Victory of Lords and SAD. Will it be the last time or the beginning of something huge for the SAD squad? We'll see you there. My friends, we're back. This is game number 3 of our grand finals. Welcome. Bienvenido. This is the last chance for SAD, who took Victory of Lords all the way to the final point in the previous game, to stay in the competition. Double kill to start things off, not a bad way at all. Hero Gaming Simon, awoo, awoo. It's time to get spicy. Crystal coming charging out as the SAD team take the first 3 kills all for themselves. SAD fighting for everything that they have, with everything they have, and for all the marbles. For the SAD team, they have shown great tenacity up until this point, after suffering in game number 1 thanks to the strategic prowess of Stress and the rest of the Victory of Lords squad. Can they now bring things back? It's hard to even put across how much it takes for a team to suffer as SAD have suffered in this series, but to still be fighting just as hard as they are doing right now. Victory of Lords already in real trouble. The SAD team going off like crazy here. Taco rages, carrying the squad through the early going for the Victory of Lords. They're fighting back in. They're not prepared to give up their throne to any pretenders. With a team representing the UK, the French Victory of Lords team, they are an institution in MC5. And they are so close to calling themselves champions as a result of this game. Only the victory here is all it takes. Crystal funneling the light through. Gonna try and snipe people with the Marija pistol. Now that is a spicy meatball. Cheeto struggling in this game with the Bramson. That recon, I think, is gonna run into real trouble and some of the longer range fights on this map. But PRLX is doing themselves as we come back to parity. The Victory of Lords team, they fought their way back in thanks to the performance of Crystal. Darren around the corner, 5-1 so far. I think this is going to be a slobber knocker all the way through to the end. Darren pumps their target full of lead right on the backside of the field. Hannah Delacroix dropping down the firepower as Cheeto comes in from the side. That Bramson going to be chasing up number 1. Taco is ready to receive but gets cut to pieces. It's dead even as we cross the 4.5 minute remaining mark. Cheeto and the rest of the team, Victory of Lords, they fought their way back from a major disadvantage. SAD, could it all have been for nothing? The Lords, extremely impressive not to let the early disadvantage fight them back. They must have been getting so many kills in these recent exchanges as we come down to these last few moments with 4 minutes left on the clock. We're looking for these next few fights to determine everything. SAD falling behind. We've got Crystal on the flank, defending against multiple members. Gets cut down. This is a big hit. But unfortunately for the SAD team, the rest of the Lords are nowhere to be seen. Taco rages, is covering where the Victory of Lords could be coming down those stairs. Just a few minutes time. The Lords recompose themselves as we come to the official halfway mark of game number 3 of the Grand Finals. Victory of Lords, 2 wins so far. It takes 3 wins to call yourself the champion. Taco up the stairs, breaks through, but does take a grenade to the face on the way through. Sad Hero at the bottom of those stairs is going to be going into hell itself. Up those stairs is nothing but death. Hannah Delacroix, nice angle on to the Victory of Lords squad. Manages to catch him, but can't get those last few bullets through to get the kill. Beautiful positioning from the SAD team. Now that's some freaking creativity. They can't quite do it. In from the back comes Hero, almost equalizing for the squad. Less than 3 minutes left to play. SAD, they're catching up, but no, Victory of Lords, they're over the 40 kill mark. They have taken a hammering, but the Lords are still going at it. Last few moments coming in. The SAD team, they have to win these next 2 fights or they are donezo. PRLX right in the middle of the fighting. Shine is going off here for the Victory of Lords squad. We're down to the wire once again. Guys, this is some incredible MC5 we're seeing here. Victory of Lords, they're charging in those last few kills, and the Lords will take it. 3-0. Not quite as close as last time round, but those final kills are all it takes. The Lords, they've got the 3-0. They will take the clean sweep and call themselves champions once again. I'm going to see if I can get a quote from the Victory of Lords team. What a finals, SAD. They couldn't quite get the job done. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Victory of Lords, your grand champions. Honestly, that was some truly fantastic MC5. If this is what we can get from SAD and Victory of Lords in a weekly competition, I can only imagine what we will get once they go to the monthly finals. And the stakes are literally 5 times as high. We're going to do one last community game to end out things today. ESL 1, 2, 3. Come and join us. Oh, actually, that's what we were going to do. We were going to get ourselves a tier 2. The Charm Tech? I'm being trolled here. I'm being trolled here. I'm not going to bring the Charm Tech into our community game. What are you talking about? That's the first weapon you unlock. That is definitely not going to stand up to everyone else's weapons. You're messing with me. You're messing with me. ESL 1, 2, 3 on iOS. Come and join us for our last game of the day. We're going to head on to overtime because we have not seen it today. Let's do it. Asifa, which one's your squad? Our tournament is officially done for today as far as the competitive play goes. This is our last game. Let's get everybody in here if we can. Valentina, welcome, welcome. I've sent the link to next week's stream, so we'll have Android and Blue and Red. We'll be looking to get some more monthly finals set up as well. Steve MC5, thank you for your kind words. Victory of Lords, our winners for today. SAD will have to take second place. Unfortunately, at least in the weekly competitions, the prize is only for number 1. Woo! Thank you, of course, to Hunter, our ESL admin, for today on doing a wonderful job of administering our competition, and to Hero Gaming Simon for being our wonderful moderator in the chat as well. Guys, do come and join in ESL 1, 2, 3. This last game, do we have the people? Do we have the steps? If not, then I'll just do a quick Battle Royale. Ali Sheikh, your Vol 1, so great. Wow, I think that is a reasonable assessment. We have had some hyper intense action. I think maybe we just don't have... Wait a sec, I'm going to do this on the streets. Maybe that'll get some more people. ESL 1, 2, 3. Bochi, rest best player. I have seen Bochi playing some very good MC5. Oh, Asifa, is Victory of Lords your squad? Are you a fan, or are you even a member? Ooh. Guys, if you haven't already, please do follow Modern Combat on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch. It's Modern Combat in all those places. Not Modern Combat 5, just Modern Combat. If you'd like to see some of my own stuff, which will be MC5 and otherwise, then you can find me at Counterfeit Cast in all the same places. Hey, there we go, it's Bochi. We've heard good things about you, my friend. Let's see if we can get you some opponents. Fahid will be best friends MC5, alright? I'm totally okay with that. Unknown Killer, welcome, welcome. Let's see if we can get about 3. Again, thank you to ESL admin Hunter. Alright, got Bochi back in again. Let's see if we can just grab a couple more people to fill up these mean streets. As we get things going up for our last community game of the day, VXL Evil. Nice. I think we might have enough to get going. Asifa, when we put out the global chat, you can see we've got our invites in there. Let's get this one going to end out the iOS Challenger Series Cup #1 of Red October. Thank you guys so much for spending your time with us this evening. We're definitely not going to try and kill everyone with a Charm Tech. That's just too crazy. That's right, Boji. Sit down. Hey, it's one of the VXL. Jeremy? I'm not sure what you mean by the prize for the championship. Antoine Fursko will be on Android next week. Fahid? I looked at the tier 2 assault. There's no way the Charm Tech is a worthwhile weapon. I refuse to believe that. We got knifed by Bochi. I guess we had that one coming. So I did get a quote from... That's right, Dayster. You can sit down as well. So, Stress giving the GGs across to SAD and saying they were sad that they didn't get to play more matches against them, but they credit their Victory of Lords credit their extra experience in being the difference maker between winning and losing. And that makes a lot of sense. Victory of Lords, they've been around the block more than a few times. They are one of our most experienced teams. They know what it is to win and lose ESL competitions. As, oh boy, we're getting it tied up. I see if you'd like to... We'll change to heavy next time round. I just really like playing it with support personally. Especially because you can do some very silly stuff. With in the center here on streets. That's right, you sit down, Bochi. So if you put down a health pack in the center, it also covers up here, so you kind of get to double up on the value of your health pack. Oh, that's right, we're going to change to heavy. You reckon we should be putting a 4x scope on our shred? Maybe we will. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for us today. Again, if you haven't already, please do follow Modern Combat on all the social media platforms for updates as soon as they are available. Alright, we'll go and put that scope on for here. Jeez. Kisley Kumar, if you're having any technical problems with getting the game to run, please do get in contact with customer care. That's support.gameloft.com. Excuse me. And they should be able to help you out. Let's see, what scope do we have on here? Okay, yeah, I can see we probably do need to have an actual scope. Let's see. So 4 times zoom? Alright, there we go. ACOG. Sorted. Got everything else, haven't we, already? A little bit more precision. I think that's all fine. Alright, cool. Guys, thank you so much for dropping by. Again, you can play in future ESL tournaments. Let's put the details up here. Even if you don't have a team, you can find a team through the Modern Combat ESL Discord. Again, please do follow Modern Combat on all the social media platforms. I am Counterfeit Cast in all the same places. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. Wherever you might happen to be in the world, we will catch you next week on Android and on iOS once again. And thank you guys again. Have a wonderful weekend.